The phrase very good English is not very good English. The trouble is with the word very. It is a lazy word. Instead of using very plus another word, you can always find a single word that's more precise, descriptive, and elegant. For example, excellent English. Excellent is a single word that means very good. Sounds better, doesn't it? Now you must be thinking that it is not always possible to cut out very, but it is. Let me give you examples from A to Z. Very able, proficient. The antonym of proficient is incompetent. Very boring, tedious. The antonym of tedious is exciting. Very confused, baffled. The opposite of baffled is enlightened. Very dirty, filthy. The opposite of filthy is clean. Very easy, effortless. The opposite of effortless is difficult. Very funny, hilarious. The opposite of hilarious is sad. Very glad, overjoyed. The opposite of overjoyed is dejected. Very happy, ecstatic. The opposite of ecstatic is miserable. Very interesting, fascinating. The opposite of fascinating is boring. Very joyful, exuberant. The opposite of exuberant is boring. Very kind, compassionate. The opposite of compassionate is indifferent. Very large, huge. The opposite of huge is tiny. Very mad, demented. The opposite of demented is calm. Very nasty, obnoxious. The opposite of obnoxious is delightful. Very old, ancient. The opposite of ancient is modern. Very painful, excruciating. The opposite of excruciating is like. Very quiet, hushed. The opposite of hushed is noisy. Very rude, boorish. The opposite of boorish is refined. Very shy, timid. The opposite of timid is bold. Very tired, exhausted. The opposite of exhausted is fresh. Very ugly, hideous. The opposite of hideous is beautiful. Very vicious, malicious. The opposite of malicious is benevolent. Very wicked, evil. The opposite of evil is virtuous or good. Very xenophobic, jingoistic. The opposite of jingoistic is forbearance. Very young, juvenile. The opposite of juvenile is old. Very zen, meditative, and reflective is the opposite of meditative.